lesson one and begin again.
But that's what I do all the time. It's like peeling layers off an onion or something. Every time I go through the course and go through the course of love, it's like I'm seeing it for the first time every time. It takes on a whole new freshness for me. So it's been my genuine addiction for almost 40 years.
Well, congratulations, brother.
But, you know, it's like it's a lot easier than the other way. That's what I've realized. It's like, oh, this is the easy way. Good. I'm totally open and receptive to that. But in my other mind, I actually thought practicing the truth was hard, and doing it the way that the world had taught me to do it was the natural, easy way. So now it's almost hilarious when I think about how backwards I was on that perception.
We were as utterly insane.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that
we drank extra from the punch bowl. Oh, John!
That's not Jon Mundy. That's Dr. Baba Jon Mundy. We have a special guest tonight.
Hi, John.
Hello, brother.
Hi.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Weird.
Absolutely, I can hear you.
You can hear me good. Let me turn my volume up here a little bit.
Okay.
John, can you hear me?
I can.
You can. Good. I mean, he asked for this, so I'm just being. Oh, there you go. Got the glasses.
What's up, brother?
No more noses. I couldn't find one. I mastered not taking life seriously. I don't need the nose anymore.
Well, these are actually my regular prescription glasses. Is what I wear all the time.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
It attracts a lot of smiles during the day.
Thanks for putting the sexy in love, brother.
Right. Well, hey, somebody's got to do it.
And he thought it was him.
I thought it was us. That's my wing. That's my wingman. I'm his wingman.
Where are you, John?
We are on the banks of the Arkansas River in Ozark, Arkansas.
In Ozark,
okay.
Arkansas.
Okay, that's not too far from where I'm from.
Me either.
What's
I
up,
have
bro?
family in Springfield, Missouri. You know, I'm from Missouri. We used to vacation in the Ozark all the time.
Yeah, and I'm from Tennessee, so that's not too far either.
No, it's not too far. Good part of the country.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Hey, so I have here the introduction that John sent me for Dr. Baba Jon Mundy. So it's at the start, I'm going to read this out, and it's kind of like a little humorous introduction of Jon Mundy. And is that what you wanted me to do, John?
Well, I don't know what you want to do. Whatever you want to do is okay with me.
Well, I haven't a clue what I'm going to do, so.
You haven't a clue.
But I like it.
I think if you introduce John, and then we'll let John introduce everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't know enough about you. You're too high up for me to reach.
Just make it up.
He's way up there. He's so far beyond. He's beyond Ananda.
Yeah, so that's true, because we could, yeah, well, so we could, yeah, I don't know how to do the introductions then. If we have just a funny one for John, yeah, well, we can go with that, and then we can see how it flows from that.
Right. And then what did you want to kind of talk about? You want to talk about, you still want to be ACIM, but you might start talking about how the Course says that this whole insane world started when the Son of God remembered not to laugh.
Yeah, I attribute that all to Earl. He was the first one that remembered not to. So
Earl?
his league.
Because you guys are so naturally funny, we can't really practice, or else we can all lose the. So we have to. So yeah, so I'll introduce myself as obviously the conference host and for the Course in Miracles conference, and then I'll say have a special guest, Dr. Baba Jon Mundy, and I'll do that introduction. And then, are you comfortable, John, then saying something about these other people here?
Well, a little bit. I mean, I've only met John and Cindy once, but certainly appreciate both of them and what they've got to contribute, and John's level of enlightenment and disengagement from the world, and not taking it all very seriously. That's all a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, something like that. And
and Earl too. And I remember somewhere in the 90s we met, and I wound up bringing Earl to New York and putting him on stage and kept people entertained for quite a while. And he still does. And
you've been a total blessing for me too. I was also got over to Europe for the first time because of your recommendation, my brother.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay, I like your tie.
And yeah, so we're going to go on for about 40 minutes to an hour or so. And well, it depends how we go. We can just flow in it. And let me just get onto big screen
here. Yes, it's all a mystery. I have no idea what we're doing.
No, but
so how do we screw it up?
I like your, I like your glasses, Earl. It'd be good to see the glasses a little bit as well to start.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Hello, my name is James Kelly, and I welcome you to this conference, of course, in Miracles online conference, the very first humor panel. We've got a panel here tonight, and I'd like to introduce a very special introduction for Dr. Baba Jon Mundy. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself. It is my understanding that Dr. Baba Jon Mundy's astral plane has landed. And now, for the first time here, is his current state of absent-mindedness, his sageness, the merry man of mirth, the guru of gags and giggles, the thief of bad gags, the first fully self-ordained interfaced clergyman and professor of metaphysics. So His Holiness, the most irreligious, most irrelevant, and almost revered Dr. Baba Jon Mundy. Welcome to you.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's nice being with you and such an illustrious group of folks. I especially like John's beard.
Yeah, who are these other people here with us?
Well, I know them a little bit, but I wouldn't want to vouch for any of them.
Thank you.
John over here and Cindy. John has had the great fortune of having had an awakening experience. And ever since, he's not been able to close his eyes. So he is a seer. And this much he can see into, right? And Cindy has just been laughing ever since this happened, going along with the whole thing, following him around the United States in this camper van that they live in, just making fun of the rest of the world, right? All these silly people out there, they're working themselves away. And Earl here in Denver, Colorado, as you can see, he's also a seer of a different source. All he can see is love.
Is there anything else?
There isn't anything else, because it's pretty clear that through these eyes, and that's what the Course in Miracles is asking us to do, is to see only love, right? I mean, that's what it's all about conversion and experience. So we don't see the problem, we don't see the faults anymore, right? So then it's not your fault anymore. No, it's got to be somebody else's fault, but you don't even know who it is. Nobody. Okay?
Oh God, I love myself.
Enough for me for now. That's for your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We discovered whose fault it was, though, about this whole not laughing thing. Who did we put it down to?
It was Earl.
It was.
I mean, Earl was the first
Earl?
soul. He put the rim and remembered not to laugh. When he started it, everybody else just fell in line because he's so revered. I mean, he's equal to the Christ. Everyone followed Earl's lead in remembering not to laugh.
Very good. That's what it says in the Course in Miracles. It says very clearly that this whole insane thing happened because the Son of God remembered not to laugh. And then it says, very interesting, it's a joke. It says it is a joke to think that time could come to circumvent eternity.
Well, this is the second coming because Earl's back with the punchline.
Right.
So the joke's over.
You know, what's always really been really ironic for me is that I have a reputation for being this person that allows all this tremendous joy to come through, but everything that comes through is completely spontaneous. It's like I didn't want to sit up and think about how to be funny to you all or anybody else right now than the man in the room. That is not my natural nature. But if I can focus in on the truths, then all of a sudden I can see the joke better. Just like John was just saying, the Course said we remembered not to laugh, and I just think that's a very interesting statement. Oh, I was just about to laugh, but I remembered not to. Oh, I was just about to have a good time. Oh, I got to remember not to. You know, I can't keep the separation going unless I have some kind of misery happening all the time. So I have my ego has a list of people that it can use instantly to make sure that I stay in the body for a very long time. So I'll end up being around for a minute. But it's that's what I noticed in even teaching the Course for, and sharing it for almost 40 years, is that it's almost like people come with the attitude of, if it's not serious, and if you're not serious, what you're saying does not have as much depth or isn't as meaningful because people laugh. So that's kind of been a blessing and a curse in my personal ministry, in a way. It's like, wow, Earl is a good guy that we have so much joy and fun with, but if we're going to really get a serious teaching of the Course, then we need somebody else who's much quieter and much more.
Earl's the place to go.
They can go see John.
Yeah, it's really funny to watch that, and I've experienced that for a long time. But if you want to get serious, now, even though I've been just as dedicated and committed and into it as anybody else, but sometimes the humor, instead of being seen as the blessing that it is, the programming makes people feel like that you're not as deep in your ability to be a conduit. So it's an interesting balance with the humor thing with me, and just observing it, not just with myself, but with others.
Well, isn't it beautiful that we circle back around, and if we remember not to laugh, then we come at the closure of the circle where it all ends in laughter.
Right.
So we got a head start.
Right. To think you guys took this whole thing seriously. It was just a cartoon all along.
Wow.
That's what you live in, isn't it? A cartoon? Never mind.
We live in a joy ship.
Joy ship.
Yeah, that's the nickname for our trailer.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that's when the Course talks about forgiveness, and that you can tell when you've been forgiven or when you've forgiven someone, because in their presence, basically, you are only expressing joy, which is your way of letting them know they have not hurt you in any kind of way, So that's how I can kind of tell if I've forgiven or if I'm just kidding myself about it, would be how much joy and how much pleasure and peace I would give myself in your presence. And if I'm happy in your presence, that is me witnessing back to you that you're sinless, you're guiltless, you haven't done anything to me. So that's the version of forgiveness that I can get into, the one that's based on, oh,